Hey, I'm Jake, and we're talking about situational practice still. So what we're going to look at today is having a pre-shot routine, a pre-putting routine that'll get you dialed in and ready to make some putts. So let's have some fun. All right, so what is the purpose of a pre-putting routine? So when we think about it, in golf, and especially in putting, you're going to have tons of pressure. You're going to have putts to win championships, you're going to have putts to beat your friends, or whatever it is, or to shoot your lowest score. There's going to be a lot of pressure on you in these moments. So what your pre-putting routine does is it gives you a process to follow, to focus on. And it gets you ready, gets you confident. So some of the ways you do that in your pre-putting routine: first, breathing, right? Take nice deep breaths, confident, get comfortable, get your body language right. Then you start on your process. So I'm gonna walk you through that. Everyone will have their own pre-putting routine, but it's important that you practice it and time it. So what happens in a pre-putting routine, you have all your normal technical stuff, but even before that, if you're practicing like a situational scenario, you'd have to read the green. That'd be part of your putting routine. So as an example, if I'm looking at this, I'm gonna read the green, I see it's a little downhill. Then I like to read it from the side, the low side of the putt, and see if it's uphill, downhill, and by how much. So that's part of my green reading. Next part of my green reading is finding the lowest point on the hole. So then once I find the lowest and the highest point, I find the straight putt, and then I can figure out how much my putt's gonna break. So then I go back to the ball, and I figure out roughly how hard I want to hit it, figure out a feel. So each part of these is a step, it's a process. I do it in the same order, I do it in the same feel. Once I start it, it's just 1 through 10 or whatever it is. So then once I have that identified, the next part of the routine is going to be right into my setup. So I'm going to set up the club face while gripping it with my right hand. And I feel that in my palm. So this is all part of the technical stuff now that you should have mastered by now. So then I get my ball position perfect. That's part of my routine. I get the left hand grip perfect in the palm also. So I got the face pointing at it, my body pointing at it now, all of these feels. And then you've already trained your arc, you've already trained your pivot, where you pointed at your belly button, and you should have already trained your rhythm with the metronome, and your grip pressure being consistent and steady, right? So with all those things in mind, you got to get all those to come together in this routine, and hopefully make it. But that's the point. So you get all that whole routine. So once that starts, so every putt, I'm doing the same routine. So I'm calm, I'm comfortable, I'm confident, I'm breathing, my posture's good, right? Everything feels good and solid and ready to go. So you have to identify for you what's gonna make you comfortable and confident and ready to make that putt. So when it's reading the greens from different angles, whatever angles you choose, from getting yourself ready to feeling your grip pressure, to feeling your pivot, to feeling your arc, all those things you should have kind of trained to where they're pretty ingrained, but whatever it is that helps you get ready to make that putt and feel like you can make anything. Then your pre-putting routine's done. Then you got to just go for it. Then you just trust everything you've done to this point. You've practiced your technique, right? You got your grip, you got your setup, you got your pointing it at the belly button pivot, right? You've got your arc, you've got your grip pressure, you've got your metronome with the tempo, right? So you've got all those technical aspects. Now it's just trusting it. Now it's just seeing what you're seeing, trusting what you're seeing, and making it go in the hole. That's all it is from that point on. Getting your rhythm just right. And once you can do that, then you just do that in every putt. You just get really consistent with every putt. And that'd be your pre-putting routine. So now you got a little more knowledge with your pre-putting routine. Let's go build some skills. And remember, golf right, golf tight.